teaching a dog to heel, or the desired behavior of keeping the dog at your side. It could be on your right or left, it doesn't really matter. It's handler preference or owner preference. So when a dog heels, he is ultimately, in theory and in competitions, supposed to be at your side with his front shoulder on your kneecap. Alright, so here, Mulligan. Can you come around here and look at this angle here? I don't think he's going to behave that way. So whenever you come to a stop, good boy, this is where the dog should be. His shoulder and his head, when he finally sits, should be parallel to your hip and your leg. It should all look almost even, if you will. Whenever you start initially heeling a dog who has never heeled before, and especially if he's never been on lead before, the dog is going to be like a tiger on a chain. It's just going to be everywhere. He's not going to know what this restriction is. He's never had any sort of control on him, so it's going to be stressful for you and the dog. So be patient with this process, because this can be a very hard character trait for a dog to learn. It's really not a natural behavior for a dog to be this close to his pack. Alright, so whenever they are naturally hunting in the wild, they're spread out throughout the woods, forcing their prey to a funnel point. And being right on top of one another isn't part of a natural hunting pattern for them. So whenever you got your dog at the heel and he wants to pull one way or the other, you change your direction with a leash correction to the opposite direction, enforcing the command. So I don't know if he's going to do it for me, but use your imaginations. Pull again. Yeah, that right there, just a little. Pull again. I'm changing my direction randomly at times, so he can anticipate what direction I'm going to turn. Pull again. Pull again. Seats. And for me, it's always been hard for me to turn into the dog. What I mean by that is, in a competition, you have to take your 4 directions, alright? So if you got your dog at a heel on the left, and you gotta make a left-hand turn, you almost gotta stop and plant with your left foot, and then you gotta drive your leg into their head, basically, to turn them in training. You don't hit them in a competition. That's a ejection. So I had a hard time with it, so I never really placed well in competitions. But anyway, aside from I got on a little tangent for you. Whenever a dog is just not getting a heel off legging, he just doesn't get it. It's not happening. He doesn't want to heel. You can do something that's called force heel. And a force heeling is with an e-collar. And I'm not a big fan of this because it's a little too much stimulation for a dog, but this method of training for a dog is usually done for like patrol dogs. And what I mean by patrol dogs, I haven't explained this already, it's a dual purpose dog that does biting, drug or bomb, and tracking work. Alright, that's a dual dog for police work. Force heeling is just that. I'm forcing the dog with an e-collar to drive a direction, and it takes a lot more extra time for the dog, and it's way more confusing for a dog, but whenever it's done, it's done. The dog remembers that little ninja that got him every time you try to make a left-hand turn, and he's like, yeah, I got that left, hold on, let me get up in it. Pull again. Come here, hey, pull again. And Mr. Odin here and I have we've had a long day today. He's done a lot of these little tips and trick videos for you, so he's a little stressed out and he's a little tired. He's gone past his level of want to do anything for me. So I'm gonna let him just look pretty for the video for a minute, and then we're gonna break real quick, and I'm gonna go into the recall real fast. I'm gonna combine these two videos just for the sake of time in this class. So you have your dog sitting, staying, laying, or whatever, but sometimes dogs get chasing off of rabbits and you gotta have a way to get them home, right? Well, that's what recalling is for. And an e-collar is a fantastic way for a recall. Okay, so how do you enforce a command when you don't have physical control of said animal, right? Positive reinforcement, i.e. the reward, the toy, everything that we've been talking about, can only do so much. And especially in a controlled setting like I'm in now, off-legging. Hey, here, here, here. See, that little bit of hesitation in his body, he really didn't want to come to me because he's tired of doing this crap. Just like my wife is probably holding the camera off-legging. An e-collar is my favorite way to teach a dog to recall. It's not necessarily a hard correction for the animal. It's the unknown of whenever I say here, he understands, hey, if I don't break whatever action I'm currently doing at this point in time and make a direction toward that noise that said here, something's about to jump in me and it hurts. And that's the surprise of the dog to motivate him to recall. And there's a whole different ball game whenever it comes to dogs and e-collars. I could do another 30-minute presentation on e-collars in itself. That's just, there's a lot of different mentalities, theories, and doctor want-to-know-it-alls about how to use an e-collar. So I typically only use an e-collar if a dog has a very, very hard time learning or focusing on the positive reinforcement side. He just knows that he does the thing one time or the command a few times and he just gets his reward and just doesn't care, you know, just like a teenager. Off-legging. And I hope y'all found this training course educational. It was definitely a struggle for me to try to get across this message to you, but I appreciate your time and your attentiveness and willingness to listen.